On that one, we will go to Mr. Rankin.
Mr. Angus go, and I'll take the next round.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wernick, I'm looking at your statement, and I find it pretty thin gruel, given the fact that 5 former Attorney Generals have asked for an RCMP investigation. Former Liberal Attorney General Michael Bryant said he's never seen such, quote, brazen and reckless interference in an independent prosecution. We have had 2 cabinet ministers resign. Ms. Philpott saying she had constitutional and ethical obligations in the face of political interference. You are one of the key political actors in this, Mr. Wernick, and yet I find that's missing from here is any attempt to explain what happened in that key meeting of December 19th, where we asked Ms. Wilson-Raybould on record if you threatened her. And she said she wasn't threatened once. She was threatened 3 times by you. And then she said that you wanted to find a way to talk directly to the prosecutor, which would be the interference, direct interference in the prosecution case. And she warned you that you were on dangerous ground. How come you haven't even tried to rebut her testimony?
I haven't been asked the question, Mr. Angus. I do not have independent recollection of what I said. I did not record the conversation. I did not wear a wire. I did not take contemporaneous notes. And that is not my recollection of the way the conversation flowed.
Can I put it to you, Mr. Wernick? You're asked about threatening the Attorney General. You're asked about treading on dangerous ground, and you tell our committee, well, I wasn't wearing a wire. Sorry, I don't remember. Mr. Wernick, that is not a credible answer. You are to be the clerk of the Privy Council. If you come to a meeting and you can't remember threatening the Attorney General and tell us, well, I'm sorry, I wasn't wearing a wire, I suggest, Mr. Wernick, that the brazen and reckless interference referred to by 5 former Attorney Generals refers directly to you. And if you cannot answer that question, you have no business being in that job.
So I have said at this committee before, and I would say again, I did not threaten the Attorney General.
But you don't remember. You told us you don't remember.
I am telling you now, Mr. Angus, if you
don't remember.
If you want the answer,
Finish the answer to the question. Mr. Clerk?
I have never raised partisan considerations. I reminded her repeatedly she was the final decision maker. I did not attempt to influence her decision. I was giving her relevant context about public interest considerations. I did not suggest any consequences for her. I made no threats to the former Attorney General.
Oh, so
period.
now you remember. But I will just end on this. She said she expected the Saturday night massacre, which is a reference to Richard Milhouse Nixon and the firing of the special prosecutor. And lo and behold, she was replaced 2 weeks later. So I think Ms. Wilson-Raybould's testimony is very credible, and I'm very sad that you get a second kick at the can and she's not being given a chance to rebut what you're saying today.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Chair, if I may,
Mr. Wernick, yes, you may respond to that.
Quickly. I note that many members at this committee have said they believe every word of the former Attorney General's testimony. Part of what she testified is she does not believe that any behavior crossed the threshold of criminal behavior. So that was her testimony.
That's the bar? It's not criminal?
That was her testimony.
Okay,
That was her testimony.
Thank you.